Peace in the air, hold it right there for the fans that care and everybody everywhere. North to the south, to the east, to the west. Freestyling while the upbeat at his best, put the beat to the test. See what we get, one breath in the chest, I concede in the nest. I'm sleeping, I'm dead, no need for a bed. Up all night, keep screaming instead. Evil I've read that deceives you to death. The people you met that perceive where you went. I don't see how my pen makes me different. If the ink can never change who I am. Flame in the game, flame in the game, flame in the game. Propane in my brain, flame in the game, flame in the game, flame in the game. Propane in your brain.
Welcome to episode 14 of the We the Fans Network podcast. I'm Ron with Zach and Boomer. As usual, you can find us on social media at We the Fans Network on Instagram and Facebook, and on Twitter you can find me at WeTheFans_Ron and Zach at
you know it. You know what? I would tag in all the posts. We could just
Cesaro with two O's. We gotta say the two O's.
Yeah, two O's.
That's what we needed. Boomer.
At Live with Boomer or at TCB, baby.
But no baby. But no baby. And of course, if you have been watching the show, you know what comes next. If you're listening to the audio, watch the video. If you're watching the video, listen to the audio. Give us a like, a retweet, a share. What else is there? Is there more than that? A repost.
You get the episode number wrong.
No, I got it right. It's 14. I remember it, okay? I got it right. Yeah, a comment. Oh, that's
subscribe.
Oh, comment and a subscription. Yep, we need those too. Subscribe, comment, all that. All right, let's go on with the show. Big news today. It's not. I don't know. You guys are the college football guys. I didn't see it coming at all. If anything, you would think it probably would have happened last year. Jalen Hurts transfers from Alabama to Oklahoma. Talk to me, Boomer.
No, I knew he wouldn't transfer last year because he was graduating after this year, so he can transfer without any penalties at the end of this year. So now he gets a whole year of being able to play. Really doesn't have to go to school.
Right, he's eligible, correct?
Yeah, and otherwise he would have to sit out a year anyways and then be able to play. He was graduating anyways. Michael graduated from Alabama because I think he wanted to be from Alabama, and now he gets to go to Oklahoma. One of their quarterbacks that was going to play already is transferring out of the school now. So there must have been some kind of guarantee deal with Oklahoma to tell Hurts that he would start, because otherwise I think he would have picked somewhere different. So I think he's going to start for sure. I don't know how good he'll be. He can run like crazy. I think he should transition into trying to be a running back, because I think that's the best shot in the NFL, or like a tight end or something. But that's my opinion. Obviously, he wants to play quarterback, and we'll see how it goes.
What do you think?
Hats off to the Oklahoma recruiting staff on getting their third potential Heisman winner. Not saying that he is, but and hats off to Oklahoma for probably winning the Big 12 for the third consecutive year in a row, if we're being honest. And I think it's a shame on, if anyone is a shame on, it's a shame on Jim Harbaugh. I really think that he should have recruited him to come to Michigan, being that he's been there now for 4 years and he hasn't had one good quarterback since.
Oh, he's got Shea Patterson.
Don't tell me that he's a good quarterback. Please don't, when they're putting up like 16 points a game and the defense is winning every game. He's not that good of a quarterback.
He's still better than Jalen Hurts, man.
Jalen Hurts is definitely better than Shea Patterson.
No. I'll bet you Shea Patterson goes the first 2 rounds after this next year.
We're talking about the same quarterback that won 26 games in Alabama. Right?
So what?
What? So what?
Shea Patterson was the #1 overall quarterback prospect in his class.
And he's playing like garbage. And his defense is bailing. His defense bailed him out of this entire season. That's a whole other argument, though. I think that Harbaugh really should have recruited this kid. I think anyone else who was hungry for a national championship should have recruited him. I think he kind of just fell in Oklahoma's hands after that Baker Mayfield and now Kyler Murray. So it's just a really good job by the Oklahoma recruiting staff.
Boomer, you said you think Jalen Hurts should transition to another position. Tight end, you said? I just looked up his height.
He's not going to be able to play quarterback at the next level. He can't throw.
I just looked up his height and weight. Boomer, he's only 6'2", 218. Where is he playing tight end?
What do you mean? There's tight ends that are 6'2". T.J. Hawkinson from Iowa Hawkeyes is going to be drafted this year in probably the second round. He's only like 6'2".
All right, but he's not in the NFL right now. But he's not in the NFL right now. All right, so name me a successful tight end that's 6'4" or under.
6'4" or under?
And I'm giving you a lot of leeway with 6'4" because that's
Dallas Clark.
all right. Fine. So so 6'4" is like normal. There's no 6'2" tight ends. Come on.
Oh, I guarantee that there is.
He's not going to play tight end.
No
in the
way.
NFL.
Not tight end.
The guy's a quarterback. I don't know why Boomer thinks he's so
He's
bad.
not a quarterback.
He won him a national championship.
He won two. He won them two.
He won two.
What do you mean he didn't win two?
The game. Come on.
They
He
lose
got
that
them
game
there.
if he don't come in the SEC
They only
championship.
won one national championship since he's been there. How could he have won them two? And the one
Because he
time
bailed
that
him out of
they
the
did
SEC
win,
they were both-
championship.
They both deserve credit for those championships. I'm sorry. You don't give it to Tua and you don't give it to Jalen. They both
What are you
got the
talking
team
about? They
there
only
and
have
they both won the
one
game
national
when they needed it.
championship under Jalen Hurts.
Huh?
They only have one national championship.
All right,
under
they
Jalen
lost to
Hurts.
Clemson, right?
Yeah, then they
Right,
won,
right.
but they won with him the year before that.
No, he wasn't there. That was his true freshman year when they lost to Clemson.
And who was the starting quarterback then?
He was, and they lost.
No. He won his first
He was
year.
on for two, correct?
Jake Coker won it against Clemson.
Am I wrong that Jalen Hurts was on the team for two championships? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was.
That's what I'm saying.
They
And I'm
only
not a
won
college
one.
football guy.
No, he went to two championship. He went to three championship
I think
games.
you're Googling it.
They only won one.
He went to
He lost to
three.
Clemson his freshman year.
I thought he won in 2015. I thought he was the starter.
No, he wasn't. Jake Coker was.
Are you positive?
Pretty sure.
Oh, well, pretty sure it's not positive now, is it? Now is it?
I'm pretty sure he's only been to three national championships, and he's graduating after this year.
I don't know. The only thing, because this news is like still new about him transferring, I have to dig through articles to find anything that's not about him transferring right now. So we obviously don't have
I
time
got
for that.
something on.
He's got something up, though. This guy's
you
got
get
something.
something on him. And he didn't even win the one. Tua had to come in at halftime to save him. They're getting killed by your Georgia Bulldogs.
Should say championships. He's looking at the college football. So for anybody that doesn't know, right now Zach has his phone out where he's looking up the college football stats for playoff stats for Jalen Hurts.
Can't
Looking
find
at
it.
games played. Yeah, see,
Jake Coker, I'm telling you, I know college football.
he knows college football.
He knows college football.
Everybody relax. Boomer knows college football. So, if you guys, are we done with this debate?
Yeah, just
I think it's
go.
time. I think it's time to move on. We're going to move on to throw it back. I'm wearing a wrestling shirt. So, we'll move on to where the big boys play.
Oh.
Not
Hold on, I got
WCW.
something wrong here.
We're talking about the NFL. We'll get back to your Jalen Hurts bullshit, all right? We're talking about the NFL now, okay? And actually, I need your attention here, guy, because I need your opinion, Zach. You're our resident Jet fan.
Oh, I know where this is going.
I'm the only Dolphin fan here right now. Mike's not with us. R.I.P. He'll be back next week. You got my old head coach, who looks like he had a traumatic breakdown after being fired by
That was
the
weird.
Dolphins.
That was freaky. That was like some Twilight Zone type stuff.
The video with the taco is the best thing ever. It reminds me of the one
With the
Hillary-
taco and
It
he's
reminds me
following
of the one with Hillary Clinton with the ghost.
I remember
See
that
one
one.
when she's following the ghost around. Yeah, but the Adam Gase one is so much better. Him following
It's
the
Jake
taco.
Coker.
Who?
Jake Coker.
Yeah, he won. He got it.
Jalen Hurts wasn't even on the team.
All right. Well, Adam Gase is your new head coach, Zach. How do you
Right.
feel about it? You had McCarthy in your hands.
Well, here's the thing about McCarthy that no one understands. No one understands this. Mike McCarthy wanted way too much control of this organization.
fair.
He wanted way too much control of this organization, and the Johnsons. I was probably willing to give it to him just because he's won a Super Bowl before, but the Johnsons were not. He wanted to make cuts. He wanted to make draft picks. What'd you say?
This isn't a franchise that would do that. He would,
Right.
He would have to be tenured.
He wanted
there,
his
and they earned it
team.
there.
He wanted to do. He pretty much wanted everything.
The
And
Johnsons would never
my
do
argument is, then what's the point of having a GM? You know what I mean? Like, then why are we even having a GM if he's going to call the shots? Just
Especially-
make him the GM and the head coach.
Especially when they've given McCagnon basically all of that power.
Right.
Like, that's why they hired him there in the first
Exactly.
place.
So there's a reason that he's going to sit out the 2019 season because apparently he wants way too much control of whatever team he's going to take over. I'm okay with us not signing him. Now, as far as anyone else goes, my next choice, my next man up was going to be Cliff Kingsbury. But unfortunately,
Really?
I loved him at Texas Tech.
Oh, right. You said that 2
Loved
weeks
him
ago.
at Texas Tech.
I don't like the move either for
I'm telling you, he's
Arizona.
not going to be a good NFL coach.
I don't like it.
This guy was putting up 55 points with a Texas Tech offense.
Yes,
I'm not saying the Arizona
Have you
Cardinals
seen
are going to put up
the
55 points.
You know
but
what I just heard?
He knows how to run an offense. With the worst offense in football that was this
Do
year.
you know what?
I'm saying?
Basically, I heard the equivalent of
Big 12.
No. Of Chip Kelly's going to change the NFL. That's
No,
what I just heard out of
That's
your
not what
mouth.
I was trying to get at. I'm saying
No, but it's equivalent to he put up all these points and ran this college offense that was.
Listen, the sign was good because Arizona was easily the worst offense in the NFL. Cliff Kingsbury was the
Arizona-
offensive coordinator of USC, and he's had one of the best offenses in the country when Patrick Mahomes was at
Arizona
was his
should have
quarterback.
signed
So,
Adam Gase.
Okay, so here we go. So moral of the story, me about Adam Gase. It's not my first hire. I don't love it.
You hired him?
I don't. It's not. It wasn't my first choice. I'm sorry.
It's not the first time Zach has hired a coach for the Jets.
He's not my first. Okay, I'll rephrase. He's not my first choice that I wanted. Better. He's not my first choice. I don't love it. I don't like it. I don't hate it though. As a fan, I have to be optimistic. He is an offensive guy. We needed an offensive guy. As much as you don't want to admit it, he did take that Miami Dolphins team to
He
the
signed a
playoffs
great
at 9 and
defensive
7.
coordinator.
I understand he did not do a good job with the team around him, and
I think he did great with the Dolphins. I think you guys are nuts.
he didn't do a great job with the Dolphins. But at the same time, we also need to look at the team that was around for the Dolphins. Was the talent really there with the Dolphins?
No, it was awful.
This
That's
year,
why he did a
no.
great job.
Last year too, bro.
Jarvis Landry.
You can't just tell me
You
Jarvis
can't have-
Landry.
you
Because then you
can't-
look at the Browns offense. They have Jarvis Landry,
Right, but
they're
the
still winning
difference
7 games.
But the
bro.
difference is that Jarvis Landry led the league in receptions on the Dolphins.
Because he was getting
last
screen
year
passes
was at the top.
scrimmage.
Fair enough, fine, but if you're going to have a receiver or anyone on your team that's going to lead the NFL in anything, your offense better be damn productive because that's useless if you're not
Dude,
going to
he had
use it to your
Jalen
advantage.
Cutler last year. Like,
If
the
the
2
talent's
years
not
ago,
on
we
the
went
field,
Who's
you
to
calling
the
the
playoffs.
plays? Do you know who calls
2
the
years ago, we
plays?
went to the playoffs. I don't get what you want from the guy.
What do I want? I want the offense to run north-south, not east-west. I don't want
Right.
dink and dunk offense. I want to throw the ball down the field. It has nothing to do with Ryan Tannehill. Because guess who fought with the owner? And I told you this last week, Boomer. You know who fought with Stephen Ross? And basically, this kind of is part of the reason why Adam Gase isn't in Miami anymore. Because all he did was tell Stephen Ross that he wanted Tannehill and didn't
I
want to go
wasn't
another way.
complaining about Ryan Tannehill. I was saying when he had Ryan Tannehill, if Ryan Tannehill was healthy, he has a very good winning record. Went to the playoffs.
Yes, I agree.
Ryan Tannehill got hurt this year,
I like
and they still
Tannehill.
almost went to the playoffs.
Fair.
So I don't get how you can tell me he's not a good coach. Because Ryan Tannehill is garbage.
What? You just said all
Yes.
that and then said he's garbage?
Ryan Tannehill is garbage, yes.
The amount of disrespect that comes out of your mouth on this show on a weekly basis is just ridiculous.
Adam Gase is the only reason you guys are good. He will be good with the Jets.
No,
And you're gonna-
Ryan Tannehill is the reason we were good. Like I told you last week also,
Your defense. is the
Brock
reason.
Osweiler was the backup quarterback. Why? Because Adam
He went
Gase
2-2.
wanted Brock
He
Osweiler
did a
as
fine
the
job. He
backup
went 2-2.
quarterback.
And he went 2-2.
He's terrible.
And he still won 2 games. That's how good Adam Gase is.
No, that has nothing to do with
Yes.
Adam Gase. No, it doesn't.
He beat the
Listen,
Chicago Bears with Brock
Adam
Osweiler.
Gase, you want to talk about full control? You're gonna have an offensive coordinator who's basically gonna be your wide receivers.
Yeah,
coach.
he's calling the plays.
He shouldn't be. He needs to be a head coach. He should not be calling
You're
the
nuts.
plays. He's not a
You're
good
nuts.
offensive play caller. He did it with a team that it worked with his structure in Chicago, and that's what blew him up because of that offense. And that was it.
I gotta be optimistic as a fan. I still have a young team. You got Darnold, and I can't say anything again. We have to see how the Jets draft. Hopefully, we can put a team on the field that's
They have a
capable
lot of
of
money
winning
to spend.
games. They do have a lot of money to spend. You know, maybe we can get Le'Veon Bell. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You want him?
I wouldn't mind him, bro. At the end of the day, he's a top 5 rusher in the league. You
and
know,
if you give him the money, I don't think he'll be a problem.
Again, it's about being optimistic as a fan. I can't just say, "Oh, the Jets hired Adam Gase on a 4-win season." I have to be. I understand as a Dolphin fan, maybe you would say that, but as a fan of probably one of the worst organizations in football, I have to be optimistic. We have a new coach. We have an offensive coach. We have a young quarterback. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how the Jets draft. Let's see what they do with free agent signings. Not saying anything, winning or losing this year. Let's just, I say by August, let's see how the Jets look.
You call it optimistic?
Eventually they have a better record than the Miami Dolphins.
I could agree with that.
They might.
We just fired our head coach. Are probably getting rid of our quarterback.
You think is terrible.
What?
That you think is terrible.
Right, but I'm not talking about who he is. I'm talking about the situation. They just fired their head coach. They're probably getting rid of Tannehill before the season. Where they're starting over. I expect 4 wins next year. That's what I expect. And no, it's not because I'm a Dolphins fan. It's because you might call what you're doing being optimistic. I call it being delusional. Okay?
I think they can be very good next year. Greg Williams is their defensive coordinator. I think they can be very good.
Right, yes, you're right. If he has enough money to come out of his pocket for guys on the D-line and the linebackers and the safeties,
their D-line
yes.
is great.
No. You didn't catch what I said. I said if Greg Williams has enough money to come out of his pocket for the D-line and the linebackers.
Oh, I got it.
You got it. It was a bounty joke in case anybody missed it. All right? Let's get away from the goddamn Jets. And let's move on to the goddamn Dolphins. Only because the only team that still hasn't really solidified a head coach, even though I'm still 100% believing that Brian Flores is going to get the job. As soon as the Patriots lose this Sunday, he'll probably be hired on Monday. You like that, right? Did you catch that one? I'm dropping things all day. You got to pick up what I'm putting down. And what I just said, Tannehill's probably not going to be there next year. So the rumors are floating around. Are they rebuilding next year, going for a quarterback in 2020, 2021? Are we going for a quarterback next year? Are we getting a journeyman stopgap quarterback? Like, nobody really knows what's going to happen. Some of the more popular rumors out there that I've seen from reporters and just floating around the internet. First of all, they're saying the Dolphins are probably the top spot for Kyler Murray right now. Off the top of my head, I don't know what the draft looks like.
No, they're not.
I don't think so either.
They're not.
That I don't believe.
Either the Buccaneers or the Giants are, for being serious.
I don't think the Buccaneers are going away from Jameis yet.
Oh, they are.
No,
they are. They definitely are. They made
No,
it.
they're not. They said they're giving him another year.
They are. It doesn't mean they're not going to draft someone to sit behind
Especially
them.
not for Kyler Murray.
Say that again, Boomer.
They're definitely not going away from Jameis after hiring BA, and definitely not for Kyler Murray.
I think so too. I think you're right. I think Arians is there for Jameis. I think Arians is there as a last resort to pull together what they put together there. To finally get it all moving the way they thought it could. I mean, Mike Evans is being wasted down there. The defense is pretty good down there. They have games where they give up a lot of points, but they hold people when they need to. They're in almost every game. They have a decent team. They just haven't been able to put it together.
If you put Jameis Winston to start week 1, you're retarded.
I agree with you. I don't think I've been calling for Jameis to be out of there for 2 years. If you remember from when me and you used to do a podcast way back, I've been saying Jameis for himself needed to be out of Tampa Bay. But I don't think they're not going away from him yet. I don't think Kyler's going there. What was the other team you said? The Giants?
Giants. Easily can grab him. Easily can grab him.
What pick
the Giants
have right now? 6.
It's 5-6. Tampa Bay and New York.
I don't think you know what?
With an offense like them with Saquon and OBJ
so we were just talking about Tampa Bay, and we both, Boomer, we're in agreement. We don't think Tampa Bay is going to take Kyler, right? Going back to the rumors about the Dolphins, that would be a perfect spot to trade up to, because you would have to assume that you would have to get in front of the Giants. So I think for teams looking for a quarterback, that 5th spot right now is up for grabs. I think Tampa, best move, trade back a couple picks, load up on 1s, 2s, and 3s.
I know 1 through 4 doesn't.
No, they need defense. They're going to draft somebody good in the defense. They're not trading back.
Yeah, but isn't this draft defense heavy?
Yeah, but the very top is like.
But if they could but if they could go back from 5 to the Dolphins are at 13.
Right now.
If they go back to 5 to 13, get a couple of twos.
Fun to watch. Kyler Murray is a great athlete. I said if you go all the way back on my Twitter, my other Twitter.
So what? He's going to be a tight end too?
At the end of last season, I said Kyler Murray is going to be better than Baker Mayfield. I said it because I watched him at Texas A&M, but he is not. He should not be drafted in the top 10 picks. If you do that, you're reaching.
But he's
for no
going
reason.
to be.
I don't know. I don't know if he is. We're going to see how he does at the combine.
So if he doesn't go to the top 10 picks, then he falls right around where the Dolphins are. You think they take him?
I think he might. If he doesn't go top 10, I think he has a chance to fall into the very, very end of the draft. Somebody trades in, just like they did for Lamar Jackson. I think it could be something like that.
Lamar Jackson, Brady Quinn.
Yeah.
I think
Brandon Weeden, Johnny Manziel.
Brandon Weeden, Johnny
like
Manziel. The Browns seem to do this all the time, I guess. Well,
yeah, I don't think he's a quick fix. New York Giants, they got to get somebody out of free agency. That's what they got to do.
Forget Kyler Murray. Let's go on the assumption that the Dolphins are not going to get him, right? There's another rumor floating around. There's a quarterback who's been hot for 2 years now. And the magic may have ended early this year. But we all know Nick Foles is not going to be in Philly next year. They already came out and said Wentz is the starting quarterback. We all knew that was going to happen. He's going to go somewhere and start. Someone's going to pay him.
Sorry for whoever does, because he's not any good.
I agree with you. And I saw you shaking your head. And I'm in. You're right. I don't think Nick Foles should get a big contract. I think he's going to. The only way I would be okay with the Dolphins doing it is on a 1-year deal where it doesn't affect the rebuilding of the future. Obviously, a 1-year deal would still free us up in 2020. That's the only way I don't care. Give him 1 year, fucking $18 million. It doesn't matter. That's fine. You know, to be a stopgap for a year, even if we don't draft a quarterback, I'd be fine with that. I think it's more likely if they're going to bring in a stopgap, it's going to be somebody like a Teddy Bridgewater.
I think he's going to go. I think he's going to go to the Redskins because their owner will pay for stupidity, and he is stupidity. And Alex Smith probably never be able to play again. I can see Nick Foles watching Redskins next year.
So my two thoughts right now are him to the Redskins and Tannehill to the Jaguars.
I don't think the Jaguars are going to go for somebody almost just like Blake Bortles.
Joe Flacco to the Jaguars.
See, you say he's like Blake Bortles, but I don't think he's like Blake Bortles, and I think you're right. Now that you said that, I think Joe Flacco to the Jaguars
might be the ones that draft Kyler Murray.
Yeah, you know what? Joe Flacco to the Jaguars makes too much sense.
It does.
It makes too much sense.
Not for the young guys.
I seriously think they're going to be the ones that draft
Throw the
Kyler
ball down the field to D.D. Westbrook. Throw the ball down the field to these receivers that were not used this year. Plus, they had injuries at receivers. So just like I said about the Giants from last year, they had all these guys that aren't really 1s, 2s, and 3s playing as 1s, 2s, and 3s. You get a year of playing in that spot. You know, you're playing up a spot. You get a year
I
of...
don't think they go for Flacco.
I think it makes so much sense.
They need an RPO kind of system because their offense isn't very good. They need to get tricks and trickery in there, just like what Chicago does.
They're
going to need somebody like Kyler Murray, and because their defense is good enough to hold people down. They'll take that risk. That's something they will do.
This is gonna be my exclamation point on the Joe Flacco to the Jaguars.
Go for it.
He is definitely a Tom Coughlin guy.
I don't disagree. He's garbage, you mean? Yeah.
Taking indirect shots at Eli Manning. The disrespect just keeps on coming out of Boomer's mouth. And I can't take it, but I can't defend Eli anymore, so we'll move on to the last rumor that I wanted to talk about for the Dolphins. And it's already got a name. Tank for Tua 2020. What are your thoughts, Zach? Yeah, you go first.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that if I was any team. I don't care. At the end of the day, Tua's got.
I think he's going to be a good
At the end of the day,
quarterback.
you have to understand Tua has some of the best coaching in the country, and he also has the best, the number one recruits in the country. Alabama has the best players in the country. That's just what it is. I saw a stat. They have 39 Every other SEC school has like 33 Under Armour All-Americans. Like it's just the town he's playing with against also the competition he's playing with too. I'm not saying Tua's bad. Tua's going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Tua's
for a couple of years.
Right. He's going to be a good quarterback. He's not someone I would tank for. I wouldn't tank for Tua. If I have a bad season and he falls to me in the draft, I'm going to grab Tua. But I'm not going to tank for Tua. There's a difference between the two, in my opinion.
I don't want Tua either way. Whether we tank for him or he just winds up falling to us.
He inadvertently falls to you.
I'm not of the opinion that he's going to be a good NFL quarterback.
I think he's going to be really good.
He's good,
right.
But I can't give him this much credit because name me an Alabama quarterback that has had a successful career in the pros.
Alabama quarterbacks are never good. He's the only good Alabama quarterback since Nick Saban's
Jalen Hurts.
Greg McElroy was supposed to be insane.
No, nobody thought he got drafted like the 5th round.
Greg McElroy was supposed to be good. I can't. Yes, he was.
The best one they had besides Tua was AJ McCarron.
AJ
Fine.
McCarron.
Here's another one. He's another example.
Yeah, he got ruined in the NFL. That wasn't his fault. I don't believe AJ McCarron's career went the way it did because of him. I think because of everyone around him.
No, I still think he's decent.
I still think he should be given a starting quarterback job in this league. That's what I mean.
He's going to be a starter.
I think Tua's way better than him.
But so what makes you think Tua is going to be a very good NFL quarterback?
One, he's kind of like Russell Wilson. He shows no demeanor, bad or good, so you don't have to worry getting worked up. He's really clutch in the pocket. Yeah, he has great receivers, but he puts the ball in great spots for them to catch it. He looks people off and throws to receivers who aren't open yet, which is a really hard thing to do for college quarterbacks. They always look for the wide open guy, so that's NFL transition throwing right there. He's mobile enough, but doesn't want to run, just like Russell Wilson.
Are you going to talk about his extremely weak lower body that just keeps getting more and more injured? It's the ankle.
His one knee? Like, listen to you,
it's
Jordan.
The ankle, too.
Jake Fromm's not the same career. You just lost the best quarterback on your team.
Absolutely not. Jake Fromm has not had the same career. Jake Fromm stays healthy. This guy, too, can't stay healthy.
I didn't say he's not the same career. I said, take it easy, Jake Fromm, man. You just lost the best quarterback on your team with Justin Fields.
I don't think you can say that. Justin Fields did not throw the ball enough for anyone to say that. Unfortunately, I would have liked for him to throw the ball more, but I think Jake Fromm didn't do any. What? He didn't. Jake Fromm didn't do anything to lose his job.
Now we're at Jake Fromm college football.
Yeah, I'm not.
Justin
We can't go to this conversation.
All
right, so let's just move on. Then.
Number one, whatever. Whoever's there, Raiders might. If Derek Carr don't have a good season, the Raiders might blow the draft picks. They got saved up for him, number one.
Yeah. I could definitely see your stupid coach doing that. Definitely see your stupid coach doing that. Well, let's go back to...
I need to wait till when the Raiders are good again, and I just going to replay these highlights that you hate on John Gruden, and then you got nothing to say.
Good. I'll wait for that day, too. Hold your breath. Yeah, I will. I'll hold my breath. I'll probably pass out before the end of the show.
Suckers.
Let's go back to last week. It was just me and you, Boomer, but we made our picks. You secretly, Zach, made your pick the week before, but I edited that whole segment out because it was just trash.
Yeah.
It was just garbage.
All because of you. Couldn't know where people were going.
Because I couldn't keep track because I wasn't ready. But my picks were... I think we both went 50-50, right? I had Chargers...
we both had Chargers.
I had Chargers Chiefs in the AFC, and I had Saints... Cowboys.
Only one I lost was the Colts. I got all the other ones right.
I lost on the Cowboys and I lost on the Chargers. Those
man.
Bastards. Yeah, they really let me down.
Chargers,
it was over. It was over right away. It was over right away. What happened?
They tied it up at 7. When I made it 7-7, I was like, we had a ball game. And then
that didn't last long.
Nah. I don't know.
21-7.
It's that AFC West defense, man. That AFC West defense. No one's got
the offense couldn't even keep up. I don't know where the Patriots defense came from because they haven't played like that all year.
Foxborough, man.
You think so?
It's the home field.
Exactly what it is.
Well, let's see what happens when they're playing in 10-degree weather, -5 with the wind chill in Kansas City this week.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's no different playing. The only thing is they've been terrible on the road all year long. I don't know what to think of that game.
With this team, it doesn't mean anything, Boomer. I don't care what they did all year long.
I don't disagree, but I think KC, I said we're seeing Colts KC go Super Bowl. I'm going to stick to it. So KC, I think, wins, but I really don't know how to pick the game for gambling wise.
What's the line?
Iowa just blew a 7-point lead in the matter of 30 seconds. Those bastards.
What's the line on the AFC Championship?
Is it 4, 3.5?
3.
3?
KC -3.
That'll come down to 2.5 too by game day.
It hasn't moved 1 inch yet, and that's
KC -3. Well, to be completely honest with you, I think the Patriots are going to win the game, so I think that bet's pretty easy to make.
Interesting.
well. Then money line it.
Money line.
I know how well your money line
I lost
went
$80
last
last week. What? Yeah, exactly.
I know how well that worked for you last week.
Yeah.
If you're putting a bet in, let me get in on. Well, not your bet.
Dude, that money line, all the underdogs last week.
I want a money line the Rams this week, and I don't want to have to drive to Jersey to do it. So if you're putting bets in, let me know. I want to put the Rams on money line.
We'll talk. Can't say too much. Can't say too much right now.
I do like the Rams money line. I actually like parlaying both the money line teams. I already put them in a teaser. Both dogs, I like money line both of them in a parlay.
Yeah.
Because there's American.
What did you have your AFC Championship? You had Colts, Patriots, I think.
No,
right?
I had Chiefs. I had Chiefs Chargers.
Chiefs, Chargers. And you got half.
And then I had Saints Rams. So I'm
you
3
did
for
have Saints
4.
Rams. That's right. And all right, so pick your Super Bowl. You're here now.
My Super Bowl is going to be Chiefs Rams. I got the
Chiefs, Rams.
Chiefs Rams Super Bowl.
So, I should have said this before. To
Just like
preface that, this is an all Texas and California championship weekend. There's a quarterback from Texas on each side, one in the AFC, one in the NFC, and a quarterback from California, one in the AFC, one in the NFC, which obviously Breeze and Goff being from Texas and Brady and Mahomes being from California. So that's just pretty weird.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the two young guns taking out the old men.
Yeah.
And, all right, Boomer, what do you got?
I think you just got that backwards. It's Mahomes and Breeze are from Texas, and Goff and Brady are from California.
Goff's from California because you went to
That's what I
school
said.
out there. No, you didn't.
No, you said Mahomes was from California.
No, that's what I said. Don't worry about it. I can edit. Don't worry about it. That's what I said. Trust me, that's what I said.
Okay. Edit all you want.
Yeah, and so what do you got?
I have Chiefs. I do like the Rams, but I'm gonna go chalk Boomer here. Chiefs, Saints, Super Bowl. Chiefs win it all.
So you're gonna have to explain yourself right now. Are you as confused
What?
as I am?
He said Chiefs.
Rock chalk?
Chalk means both one seeds. That's going chalk.
Oh, I think you told me this before. I feel like we had this conversation before. I think we did. Is that hopeful speaking?
No, they're not.
Zach just mumbled to himself that the Patriots aren't winning this game.
They're not. No, they're not.
So,
I'm telling you.
That was funny. Zach was just wishful thinking on him that the Patriots are not winning this game. It can't happen.
I hope not.
No, they're not.
I got Patriots Saints, which, in my opinion, I think would be the best game that we could see.
You're forgetting that the Chiefs and Rams had
I just don't
the
care.
game of the season on Monday night.
I think Chiefs and Saints will
53
be
to
just
56.
Chiefs and Saints would be a good game, but I don't know. Breeze, Brady, I don't know. It would do something for me. It would do something for me that game. But that's what I think it is. And I'm sticking with my preseason #1 overall team to win the Super Bowl. I said it from, I think, the 3rd week of preseason. Who dat?
I had the Rams, so
Who dat?
I had the Rams.
Let's go Saints. I'm always rooting for Drew Brees. Always rooting for Drew Brees and Sean Payton. So that's where I'm at.
I just think this is a different Chiefs team this year. And everyone makes the joke, the Chiefs can't win a playoff game. The Chiefs can't win. It's just like, you got Andy Reid, and this kid Mahomes is just so different. This offense is so different. I just find it hard for the Chiefs to lose these next 2 games. I got the Chiefs going to beat the Rams in the Super Bowl.
I had the Chiefs winning it all.
I had the Chiefs winning it all, man. Andy Reid's finally going to get his Lombardi trophy.
Good for him. I'm happy for him.
Me too.
I'd like to see it. That would be the most likely. I'd rather see Andy Reid win a Super Bowl than Drew Brees win 2. But
I would, but I need Drew Brees to get more. You know why too? Because I need Drew Brees to have a reason to stick around. I can't see Drew go. I need Drew around as long as Brady's around and these other guys are around. Who's gonna beat him? I need Drew. I need Drew to cement his legacy and just keep going. I'm a big Drew Brees fan. Big Drew Brees guy. I told you, he won me my fantasy championship. We went undefeated together, back-to-back champs. It's my guy. If anybody else has nothing to add, we're going to go ahead and shut it down.
All right, really quick, Boomer, I'm watching this game right now. Really good sleeper team, I think, for the later on in the season. What do you think about Kansas State?
Oh, I mean, they're not a sleeper team. They were ranked really high, and then their best postman, Dean Wade, got hurt.
He's back.
And so they lost a couple games. Now they're back. They'll get back in the top 25. They're a really good team.
I think they're really good. I remember them from last year. I liked them last year, and I didn't know that everyone was returning. Everyone's pretty much back from last year.
Almost everybody is. But Dean Wade got hurt for a little stretch there. That's when they lost.
Yeah,
He's back now. Yeah, they're a really good team.
They just gave Oklahoma their first home loss of the season.
They ended up beating Oklahoma tonight?
Yeah, they're beating them up. There's a minute left. They're up by 10.
Yeah, I'm watching Iowa Penn State right now. Iowa's down by 1 at the free throw line with 2 minutes left. This will be their 4th straight win in the Big Ten if they can win.
Iowa looks good.
Yeah, they're all right. 23 in the nation.
With that being said, I forgot to mention 2 things at the beginning of the show.
You know what I'm talking about Antonio Brown?
What?
You know what I'm talking about Antonio Brown?
No, I forgot all about that topic, but it's too late. It doesn't fit at the end. I don't like it. We'll get to it. We'll do a separate thing. I don't know. We'll do something. But 2 things that I did want to mention at the beginning and that I forgot to mention is, number 1, Zach is going to be very limited on.
I think I'm not starting for that. I have picked up work for Wednesdays, so but I don't think I'm starting that for another 2 weeks. I gotta talk to the people at my job, so I might be around the next few weeks.
Be in and out as we go.
Right.
Well, obviously,
What, are you working overnight or something?
Huh?
Are you working at nights?
I get out at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I wouldn't make it here by the time I did shit I had to do after work.
But like we've talked about off camera, we want to put out other content and stuff. So there'll be other stuff on other days besides the
I'll
Wednesday
still be
recorded,
here.
Thursday released podcast. And we have been putting music at the end of every show. The last 2 weeks, we featured my cousin Louis C. at Louis C. Rhymes on Twitter and Instagram. I never plugged any of his stuff. I just told you there was music there. Go check that out. We're actually using him now for our intro for the show. So the person that you hear in the intro is Louis C. And this week, Boomer has provided us with the music. Go ahead and plug away. Who's it by?
I actually I'm not even positive what his stuff is on Instagram, but I believe it's St. Louis Goat, which stands for Great on Any Track. He's got his own song. It's called Good Day. He used to be an employee of mine down in Florida when I ran gas stations. I believe he now lives in Arizona. And he's got, if you go to his YouTube channel, he's got a lot of live performances and stuff. But this is his actual recorded song. And it's going to be on right after this.
Yep. So check out the song right after this. As usual, get us on social media at We The Fans Network on Instagram and Facebook. I'm at We The Fans _Ron on Twitter. Zach's at Zach_Sestaro. Starts with a C, ends with 2 O's. And Boomer is at, I gotta let you do it.
At Live with Boomer or at TCB, baby.
But no baby in the name.
Doesn't have a baby.
No baby in the name.
Yeah.
And that's it. We'll see you next week. That's it.
Yeah, see you in the future.
And I thought about how I was locked down. I took losses and I lost out. But I'm up now with my top down. I thank God now, cause it's a good day. Ooh, it's a good day. Yeah, I thought about how I was locked down. I took losses and I lost out. But I'm up now with my top down. I thank God now, cause it's a good day. Ooh, it's a good day.
Waking up to the sunshine. That means it's time for me to break down some tree and roll some pine. Gotta wash the whip cause I'ma hit the strip until sunrise. down. Got a clear view in my rear view for the one time. I'm fast for to see the sunshine. Bag it up to see my sunshine. On the beach with mine, with some sweets and wine. Trying to reach the sky, I'm talking one time. She old as me, but she young fine. A lady in a free come by. She with me in the streets when I come down. With a trunk loud and a skunk loud. Smoking like a fire when I come around. I ain't get no higher, I can touch clouds. Sweater for the weather, get a buck wild. Early weed vacation station uptown. Yeah, I'm rough bound, in my coat style. I'm a local gal, I'm a broke style. It ain't on my parade, it's raining. And every morning view is amazing. Doing all the boots of my labor. I'm going to do the man with the grand, I'll be blazing. You dig that? You ain't leave my probation. Bad traffic jam, and I know it's the location. I know it's the location. Go place it. My good day is almost done. Now roll me up a blunt, smoking, feel alone, smoking, feel alone.
Man, I thought about how I was locked down. I took losses and I lost out, but I'm up now with my top down. I thank God now, cause it's a good day. Ooh, it's a good day. Yeah, I thought about how I was locked down. I took losses and I lost out, but I'm up now with my top down. I thank God now, cause it's a good day.
I got to think about the night, it got me thinking like a scene. Ain't had a day without the night. She been working all night long, in them clear heels just to pay bills and get the lights on. If it keep tipping, she gon' keep stripping till the lights on, and the light on, and it comes on for the right song. She bad, and all she want is your cash. But her retention, you gon' pay admission, and you might just give it your last. Only time a trick is gon' brag. When the stripper throwing that ass, like I need 1,000 ones, a few 5s and 10s, a couple 20s for a slow dance. Got me like damn. Sure that thick as mud, the baddest in the clutch. You like to give her love with a simple hush. You fuck with me cause you know I only spend with her. Say goddamn. DJ hollering out last call for alcohol. But don't forget to tip your bartender, this the last call. Time to leave, I gotta find some weed. She caught my eye before I even got to find my keys. She like, do you need a ride? I replied to D. She had to know that for the low, I was highly pleased. Say goddamn. I think I found the one. Roll me up a blunt. Smoke and feel alone.
Man, I thought about how I was locked down. I took losses and I lost out, but I'm up now with my top down. I thank God now, cause it's a good day. Ooh, it's a good day. Yeah, I thought about how I was locked down. I took losses and I lost out, but I'm up now with my top down. I thank God now, cause it's a good day. Ooh, it's a good day. Yeah.